How do you log into the dashboard? To get to the login screen, you will need to type your URL, your web address, and add /wp admin at the end of it. So for Avoca Design, access to the back end would need the following. In the web browser address bar, www.avocadesign.co.nz/wp admin. Enter the username and password we have given you and then click the login button. This will take you to the dashboard area. In the dashboard you will see three main areas. There is a black toolbar across the top of the page. There's a main navigation menu down the left hand side of the page, and there's a main work area in the middle. We're going to spend some time looking at the dashboard menu down the left hand side, as it is the one that you will use to navigate to the content you want to add or change. The main dashboard navigation menu contains links to all the administrative functions you will need to manage your website and to create or change content. Hovering over a menu item expands the submenu within, revealing any additional options that are available. You can choose the main option or one of the sub-options. Clicking on a menu item will take you to that content area. You may see more or less options than are showing up here. It will depend on how your website has been set up and what privileges you have. The main things from the top are the dashboard menu. This returns you to this first login screen. The site help is where you can directly access the help files for your website. Media is where you can upload and store photos and PDF files. Posts are news or blog type content. You can create and edit posts here. You can also create categories and tags for your posts. Pages are static content. This is where you can create or edit them. If your website allows visitors to make comments, you can access, moderate or delete comments in the comments section. Forms is where the Contact Us form and any other forms are created and stored. The following options may or may not show up in your menu. It depends if your website uses these functions. If your website does use any of the following, we will document it in your website specific information section of the site help files. Slideshows is where the slideshow slides are created and stored. Features. If the features section exists, this is where you can edit and add them. Testimonials, which may be called feedback on some templates, is where testimonials are created and stored. Portfolio is where the portfolio is created and stored. This is the theme name. You might see something like Canvas or Empire or Lightworks. This is the name of your template, and this is where things can be changed for that template. If you need access to this, we will cover any specifics in your site-specific help section. Moving down, we have Appearance, is where you get access to widgets should you need them. Widgets often control what happens in the sidebars and in the footer. You may see plugins, which is where the extra bits are stored that give your website some of its functionality. You should all be able to see the Users section. This is where users are added or changed. You can reset passwords here. You can only see and change users who have less privilege than you have. You will probably not be able to delete users unless you have the right privileges. Anything below this point are things that are mostly not relevant and not necessary for updating your website. If they are, we will include separate documentation in your website-specific site help files. In the middle of the screen is your working area. The top and dashboard menus remain visible at all times. It's the middle area that changes depending on what you're working on. It's very easy to rearrange the boxes in the main work area. If you hover over the title bar of a module, you'll notice that the cursor changes, letting you know that this module is movable. You can then click and drag the module to a new location on the page. Release your mouse button when you see the dotted grey outline in the location where you want to place the box. This enables you to completely personalize your dashboard so that it works for you. The modules can also be collapsed by clicking on the down arrow in the far right of the title bar. They can be expanded by clicking this again. On this first dashboard screen, on the left are the site help files. You can click on any one of them to access help for this subject. On the right hand side, Quick Press is one of the most useful modules on the dashboard. It enables you to quickly create a new post directly from the dashboard. Simply enter a title, some content, add some tags, and then click the Publish button. Recent Comments shows you the latest comments on your blog. You can moderate them by just hovering over the Approve or Unapprove, Reply to, Edit, Mark as Spam, or Trash to delete them. Recent Drafts displays the 5 most recent draft posts or pages that you have started if they exist. The Right Now module contains a summary of your website statistics. There is a black toolbar across the top of the screen. This toolbar contains quick links to quickly access the most used functions. The most important is where you log out. On the far right of the toolbar, you'll see your username. When you hover over this, you'll see a drop-down menu where you can choose to log out. Other things in the top bar are your website name. You can quickly switch to seeing the front end of your website here. Just click Visit the Site and it takes you to the front end of your website. To return to the administration or dashboard panel, just click the back arrow in your web browser. The speech bubble lets you access the comment section directly. The Plus New button is used to quickly create new posts, new pages, or upload new images. Simply click it to extend the menu and then choose the option that you require. Just below your username, there are 2 grey tabs, Screen Options and Help, which expand when clicked to provide additional display control options or contextual help. The Screen Options allows you to change what is displayed in this particular section. By expanding the screen options, you can choose which modules are displayed or not displayed in your current screen. When you are editing posts or pages, this is where you can change how many posts or pages are displayed in the list. You can completely hide boxes you don't plan to use simply by unchecking the box next to the module name. You can return at any time to re-enable these. The help takes you off-site to the WordPress Codex website. We would encourage you to use your specific site help under the Site Help menu.